my friends, and welcome back to F-19 Stealth Fighter. Happy New Year, if I haven't said so already. Silence that. So I made. I hope you all had a great New Year. I'm very excited to return to F-19, but I've been thinking a lot about F-19. Hey, Odif. I've been thinking a lot about F-19. And I know when I started Flight Sim Fridays, I said I'd complete a campaign. I don't know if I can do that in F-19's case, because let's look at the math. To finish a campaign, a tour of duty, as it were, in F-19, you need to do 99 missions. Okay? We've been playing for 2 months already, and we've only done 20. That's basically 10 missions a month. So we're looking at 8 more months of this game. And I love this game, don't get me wrong, but I don't want you and me, especially me, to burn out on it. So at one point, we're going to move on from F-19. Not today, not next week, but at one point, we're going to move on. I don't think we're going to finish it, because that would just take forever. But I think... I just think it's probably too much, you know? I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll be loving it so much that I'll play 99 missions. But to play 80 more missions would take the majority of this year. I don't know if I want to do that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying what I've been thinking. You know, I love this game. We're going to be playing it for many more entries. But I have a lot of other Sims I want to cover too. So at some point we are going to move on. But start the year off right. Okay. We start off with green opponents or regular opponents. Tough call, because regular opponents are much tougher. Let's start the morning off a little easier. It's been a couple weeks since I played this, at least. So yeah, let's stick with green opponents for now. I think that's one of the amazing things about this game is you can change everything mission to mission. You know, what other game besides its direct sequel, maybe Gunship and whatnot, lets you do that? It's like, it just allows for such a fluid career mode that you can just change it as you want. It's great. All right, so we're just gonna accept the assignment. Let's see. Oh, we gotta land on the goddamn carrier. Oh, all right, fine. Photograph the Krevac. What's a Krevac? I don't know what a Krevac is. And destroy a tank farm. Okay. All right. We only have that one big radar site to deal with. Oh, LHX allows that? Okay. I haven't played as much LHX as I have of this. I love LHX, don't get me wrong, but my memories of it aren't as clear as this one. But I didn't remember it also had, rather than a dynamic campaign with like a moving map and blah blah blah, it has it's focused on a career mode. Okay, so I'm just noticing this. I don't know if this is a new thing or what, but when I pull my stick down a certain amount, It makes a like kind of a yeah. It's really weird. It's making a kind of a high pitched sound, but only when I pull it a little bit. Like if I pull it a little bit, but if I pull it past a certain point, the sound stops. That's really weird. I don't know if I had any. I'm gonna have to test one of my other sidewinders. I have several. I have several sidewinders. I don't think I've ever heard one do this. Sorry, hang on. You guys probably can't hear it, which is probably a good thing. Huh. Really freaking weird. Uh I don't know what's happening. I don't think I've ever had a joystick do this to me. I mean, it still seems to be working. Oh, interesting. It makes the sound when you push the stick to the right as well. Huh. Okay, I hope I don't break everything today. That is really fucking weird. I heard it through I mean, these are open backed headphones. The point of them is so I can hear stuff outside of the headphones as well as, hear what's going on in the headphones. These are great headphones, by the way. These Philips here, fantastic. Super comfortable, sound great. But yeah, I don't know what this sound is that this joystick is making. I'm gonna have to fiddle with it. It doesn't seem to be damaging anything. I mean, I don't know if the joystick is busted, but it seems to be working. It's just making a weird noise whenever I move it to the. Oh god, I would be so nervous to open this thing up. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't know if it's something mechanical. You know what I mean? Because the sound only happens when you move the stick between a certain range. Once you move the stick past that range, the sound goes away. But if you hold the stick at a certain range, the sound stays. So I don't think grease can do anything about this. Oh, is it gone now? Almost okay. Almost gone now. I wonder if it's because the stick hasn't been used in a while. It just needed to be used a little bit. Yeah, it's very faint now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. I don't know. Anyway, let's no special activity. Okay. So that one big radar site there. Hang on. Which one? This guy. That's gonna be our worry That's going to be our big worry, I think. We'll see. We're playing with green opponents. Yeah, it does have force feedback. It's a Microsoft Sidewinder force feedback too. The sound seems to be going away though. I wonder if something was stuck or something. I don't know. All right. Wow. Good job, game. That's exactly the loadout I would have wanted. Because we have Mavericks in store. So, no AMRAMs. What? What are you talking about? Supply ran out of them yesterday. New supplies due tomorrow. Sorry, not available. These are on back order. I do love how, like, this is probably random, this supply thing. You know, like, oh, today we're just out of AMRAMs. You know, but I love how just a little thing like that makes the campaign that you're flying feel a little more real. Like if you always had Mavericks and whatnot, you know, it would be like it would feel more static. But because they randomized this, no AMRAMs today, you know, it gives a better feeling of place. And a feeling of time, which I really appreciate. This game does so much right. All right, so arming is complete. Let's go. Crap. All right. All right. I'd rather have more fuel to deal with issues if they come up. So, and I don't think we have I don't think we have a. Okay, yeah, we don't have a. We don't have a deadline. We don't have a deadline to deal with. So. Yeah, we didn't have a deadline to deal with, so we can go a little slower. AMRAMs ran out yesterday. What a great party. Oh, geez. Those are some expensive fireworks, Fernando. Wow, look at that. Look at that tactical map. I don't think I've ever seen it so empty. Crazy. Wow, okay, that big radar is already filling up part of the bar. And we are not even anywhere near it. Oh, boy. Okay, well, flying as slow as we can. Party favors. Yeah, here's your party bag with a free. Here's your swag bag with a free AMRAM. That's why we ran out. We were giving AMRAMs away to guests of this party. Oh. All right. We're doing good on fuel. Yeah, there's nothing around, which is crazy. That is so weird. It's a murder party. You ever been to one of those? A murder mystery party? I've been to one or two. They're a good time. Though it's funny, one of my favorite mystery shows, Midsummer Murder, had a murder at a murder mystery, which was really fun. Oh, Brokenwood Mysteries did that too. It was really fun. Yeah, tank farms are where they grow the farms, where they grow the tanks. You know, they grow the tanks there and then they harvest them. So we have to destroy the farm before they harvest the tanks. It's a long-running joke. English is bananas. It's my only language. I tried to learn German when I was in high school, and that didn't take. I don't think I have the brain for languages. I've tried over the years to start learning Klingon, and it's just boring, just bounces off my brain. So I don't think I have a brain. I don't think I have a brain for languages, but I do love reading from people who know English as a second language. Just how bananas English is. Such a so messed up. My wife, who is fluent in French, loves to tell me how much better French is as a language. Oh, and as in everything, also. But she loves to tell me how much better French is as a language than English. Yeah, you're probably right, Hera. You're probably right, but yeah, I didn't have exposure to other languages other than English until high school, basically. Because where I grew up, it was almost entirely white people. And I'm sure if I moved to another country where another language was fluent, I'd start picking it up. Um, but yeah, I just never. Even in that German class, we met like I think every day, and it just never clicked with me. But yeah, where I grew up, the culture was lower middle class to lower class, blue collar working white people. And so that's where I learned my version of English that my wife still gives me crap about because I say Mario. I say Nevada. Which apparently is all wrong. Three drunken dwarves walk into a tavern. Fourth one used the door. Good. Good. I mean, language is a fascinating thing. I just don't have the knack for it. Yeah, I mean, when you're growing up in Philadelphia in the 70s, there really isn't much of a tolerance for other cultures. Like, I didn't see my first, I think I saw my first, hey, Jack. I think it wasn't until like third or fourth grade I saw my first no, it's not true. Um, yeah. Yeah, I grew up around almost entirely lower to middle class white people. So, yeah, that's the English I grew up with. No other languages. Not a one. Okay, so our first thing, hang on, our first thing is to photograph the enemy. I don't think we can see it yet. Okay. Oh, because we're in air mode. Ha ha ha. Oh, there it is. You can see it now. Okay. We speak American here, and that should be enough for everyone. You know, it's sad that in 2023 now, that's still, um, you will still hear that in certain places. I think one of the problems with this country is it is indeed too big. And there are huge swaths of people who only see people like them. And because we have so much space, the people in these huge swaths who only see people like them, yeah. Oh, it is a blight. It is a blight. It's a huge problem. And we have these huge swaths of the country where they're only, white people and poorly educated. They don't see other. They don't get exposed to other cultures. So that's one of the reasons we have half of the country, half of this population, who continually vote against their own best interests, basically. Just because of tribalism and hatred of kindness. Hatred of weakness, quote unquote. You can proudly announce that I speak British, American, Canadian, Australian, and English. I'll tell you what, you guys. I will tell you that watching so much British stuff, I think, has improved my use of language. I feel like watching so much British and New Zealand and Australian stuff has really improved, I think, the way I think about words. I think it's improved my speaking. I think it's improved my writing. So I think Heritatori is right. I think you're right about exposure. And I've been exposed to... I've watched Yes Minister 3 times now, and I think it's definitely changed the way I think about using words. I think it has helped me speak a little more eloquently than I might have otherwise. If you want a masterclass in the effective use of dialogue, go watch Yes Minister. My God. I believe it. I totally believe it. Just every time I try to study Klingon, my brain shuts down. Every time I try to study Klingon, my brain shuts down. And I have all these books and everything, and my brain just shuts down. Oh, yeah, you should finish Yes, Prime Minister. That whole series is just, it's my favorite British comedy. And that's saying a lot, because I love a lot of good British comedy. So that one's my favorite. If you can, track down Yes Minister and Prime Minister. Just the delivery of language in that show is just amazing. All right, hang on. I'm here to do a thing. Hang on. All right. Go back down. And how far are we from... Yeah, I would never be able to steal the Firefox, Spaz. I would never have been able to steal the Firefox. Hey, look, it's the sub pens, you guys. That is a thing unique to this career here, this theater here, are those sub pens. And in a conventional war, in a conventional war scenario, you might be tasked with taking those out. And you just can't use Mavericks on those things. You have to use a specific bomb type to take those sub pens out. But you'll only usually get that target in a conventional war. I think so. But yeah, that's those are unique to this particular theater. It's one of the reasons I love this theater so much. Are those sub pens? I haven't seen them in a while. I didn't know I'd be so close to them. Um, there's a MiG-31 heading my way. There's not much I can do about it. I can't, like, turn away from it. Well, I kind of can. Hang on. Oh, it's turning that way. Okay, great. Or no, it's not. Let's see if we can get out of under its nose here. Oh, is it turning my way or not? Okay, great. Great. Okay. Hang on. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's a MiG-31. All right, so now we get to destroy a thing. Yeah, there's an IL-76 out there too. That's that blue line. There's a Russian AWACS out there. Can we see our target? Yep, there it is. I didn't know how to answer that question, Jack, so thank you, Odif. I didn't really want to look through the manual and everything, but I'll take your word. It's the Kola Peninsula, yeah. So yeah, those tank farms are very unique in flight sims, I think, and they make a very interesting target in a conventional war. Because you got to use the right munitions, and you got to drop them just right. Kind of like a Death Star run a little bit. You got to drop them just right to get in there to blow the thing up. Very satisfying when you do it. It's very satisfying when you pull it off. But yeah, it is tricky to pull off. But that's not going to be happening in a Cold War scenario that we're doing right now. Yeah, the drop requirements for that subpen are, especially for this game, very complex. Like most things, you just like drop. Yeah, dropping munitions in most things for this game is far less complicated than that. But hitting that subpen is very tricky. And it can be done. You just got to do it just right. Yeah, some kind of fuel depot or something. Maybe they didn't have enough work. Maybe they didn't have enough. Could someone look up to see if the phrase tank farm is an actual thing? Something's going on outside. All kinds of sirens. Hopefully nothing here that affects us, but... Didn't sleep well last night. Okay, so the tank farm is an actual phrase of a thing. Okay. I don't think I'd ever heard of a tank farm before this game. Oh, for fuck's sake. I have to actually... Can't take my hand off the joystick. Oh, there we go. All right. I prefer, if I can, to wait for the lock oval there to change to yellow or red. Because I could shoot it right now and it would probably hit. But once that oval changes color, you have a much higher probability of a hit. So I just like to wait until we get a little closer. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Let's give you a couple. All right, let's go down. I don't think there is trim in this game. All right, let's get out of here. Speed up a little bit to get away because they're probably going to be vectoring aircraft over here. I'm like, what the hell is that? How are we doing on fuel? Oh, we're doing great. We are doing great. Was trim even a thing in flight sims back then? I think it was in like Sublogic or Microsoft Sublogic Flight Simulator. I think there was trim. I don't remember though. I think there was. It's been so long since I played, I don't remember. But I think there was. Okay, we can slow down a bit now. I don't remember. I don't remember if Flight Sims back in 1988 had trim, but I think Sublogic's Flight Sim did. I just don't remember for certain. So, good. Missions are complete. Good. I'm going to try and fly, Look, a patch of green. Must have been a park or something. I'm going to try and fly. We just ruined someone's tank harvest, Luke. Good morning. Luke, did you see my message in the Warhammer channel that I did in Inquisitor? I did my first 10 levels above me mission. Like, I'm level 73. I did a level 83 mission. And I almost didn't make it, but I made it. It was so exciting. I've been using SOM doctrines to increase the heat. And it is a good time. I've got 2 SOM doctrines on the thing now. I've got one SOM doctrine that increases the heat damage on the weapons, and I've got another SOM doctrine that splashes out the heat damage among nearby enemies. Which I haven't tried that one yet. I just put it on last night, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, I'm loving. Oh my god. It's amazing. It's so fun to shoot a fire blast and then watch the numbers of the enemies just number dead. Oh god. It's so satisfying. It's disgustingly satisfying. Oh, I might be able to see there's the Kennedy. Am I lined up with it? Oh my god, I might be lined up with it, you guys. Or close to it. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I've played Warhammer Inquisitor on this channel before, and I'm just obsessed with it. And the new Sororitas class is just, with their heat weapons, is an absolute delight. Like, for a while, the shotgun assassin was my favorite class combo character, but now yeah, I might be approaching from the front. I can still land that way. But yeah, this seems like one of those rare instances where I am lined up with it, which is crazy. Shield and HP drain. Oh, that does sound fun. Yeah, I have become completely obsessed with the Sororitas DLC, the new class in Warhammer Inquisitor, and oh my god, I can't stop playing it. And I think that they've now allowed you to skip the campaign. I think that now that they've allowed you to skip the campaign, if you've played it through once, is a brilliant idea. Yeah, so far in my tenure, I've never been lined up with the carrier like this. This is crazy. But yeah, I think I am approaching it from the front. Well, the thing about this game is there is no traffic. There is no LSO. There is no like anything. It's just there's your play. There's your patch. Go land on it. Hi, Kennedy. How we doing? No. Okay. Well. Oh, that's funny. No, that was my own fault. I turned off the brakes. I meant to have the brakes on, and I accidentally turned them off. So that was my fault. Don't worry. I have a backup. I always have. Yeah, the sound is gone now. I wonder if it's because it just wasn't used in a while. Yeah, that sound is totally gone now. That's cool. All right, hang on a second. Exit. Yeah. 9. All right, hang on a second. This is why I back up my pilot file. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yoink. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah, this is why we back up our pilot file. Oh, mercy. Uh, I, so today is January 6th, and for a little while in the morning I was like, why is something about January 6th twinging my brain? Oh yeah, they tried to have an insurrection 3 years ago. That was fun. That was a good time. Like, why is January 6th sticking in my brain? Oh yeah. Oh no, 2 years. You're right, 2 years. Apparently, you're right. Sorry, 2021. I forget that part. Yeah, 2 years ago we tried. It does feel like 3 years. 2 years ago we had an insurrection. Which is a good time. So if you don't know what this is, my friends, Damson, who is on our Discord and on the Microprose Discord, made this little tool here because you can switch a couple of the campaigns from F-15 Strike Eagle 2 to F-19. And so if I select 2 or 3 and I select Central Europe, I can play the Middle East or Vietnam from F-15 Strike Eagle 2, which is pretty cool, I think. But we're going to stick with, the... yes. Oh no! I the only reason I know it's the only reason I know it's Epiphany is because I'm now aware that we can take down our Christmas tree because we have to keep it up until Epiphany. So yeah, now this weekend we could start taking down all the Christmas stuff. Thank goodness. Get some of that space in our apartment back. Yeah, I meant to I used the brakes to slow down and then turn them off. And then I thought I turned them on again when I hit the deck, but I didn't. I actually turned the brakes off. And so I just kind of rolled off the carrier, splash. That was funny. It was funny. But yeah, back up your pilots, folks. If you're playing this, back up the roster.fil file. That's your pilot file. All right, what do we got? Oh wow, this is gonna be a long one. Oh man, look at that. Taking off from land, landing on the carrier. Yeah, I made it to the carrier. What do we got? All right. We got a photograph of a cargo ship before 11:05 at Kandalaksha. And destroy a tank farm. Always tank farms. All right. What kind of radar sites are we looking at? Wow, no biggies this time. No big radar sites. Just the little pulse radar guys that shouldn't give us too much of a problem. We have to fly close to a few of them, directly over a couple, but they shouldn't give us too much of a problem. Yeah, none of the big Dopplers. Interesting. Every time I see the word Polyarny, I think of Hunt for Red October. And Ah, sorry you're tired, man. Hope you feel better. Thanks for stopping by, man. See you, Jack. Yeah, hope you feel better. Get some rest. Um, okay, so wait, what are we doing again? We're photographing a cargo ship before 11:05, so we're gonna have to fly out there. All right, I wonder if extra fuel is gonna be on the menu. No. Well, it should be. Okay, hang on. Slicks, what a piece of garbage slicks are. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna take a extra thing of fuel just in case. Yeah, I much prefer that layout. We might not need the fuel, but I feel better for having it. I'd rather have it and not need it, you know. All right. So 11:05. Well, that was close over that hill. All right, so if we stay on this speed, we should get to the waypoint by 10:47. So that gives us time. That definitely gives us time to. That's definitely before the deadline of 11:05. Should be okay. Can I speed it up a little more? I'd rather have more fuel if I need it, just in case. So yeah, well, we should have plenty of time to photograph. We're photographing, right? Yeah, we're photographing. We should have plenty of time to photograph the target. Missions with deadlines always give me stress. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. This game is so effective at building tension. So effective at building tension. I think that's why one of the reasons why it works so well. 35. Oh God. Turning 35 this year, right? Let's see. 98, 2008, 2018. Yeah, 35 this year. Wow. It is old enough to still be living with its parents. Because the housing market is garbage. Thanks, Airbnb. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, all these old people complain about these younger people living at home. I'm like, do you blame them? Can't afford a house. Got student loans. Like, long gone are the days where you can buy a house on a single income and raise a family on a single middle class income. Can't do that anymore. I will never forget, I was watching The Rockford Files, which you've never seen, is a murder mystery detective show that takes place in the 1970s in Los Angeles, starring James Garner. Amazing show. Fantastic. And he's talking to this older woman, and he asks her about her house. And she's like, he's like, how much did you buy your house for? And she's like, I bought it 10 years ago for $24,000. I started crying. Because that house is probably $1.2 million today. Yeah, I believe it. It's just there was a time here in America that a single family could own a single home. Yeah, but now that's not the case anymore. Because the housing market is garbage. You hear about these Airbnb guys who own 20 properties, 20, 30 properties, and use them as Airbnbs. And it's just like, I never would want to murder someone, but there are times where I'm like, can't be that hard to kill someone, can it? Yeah. The minimum wage that hasn't changed in decades. I'm very angry about a lot of things in this country. Let me tell you. Very, very angry. Okay. Nope. That's not what I wanted. That's what all right. My favorite thing about people in this country, well, quote unquote favorite, is like, you don't like it, you can leave. Why would I do that? I'd rather try and fix it. And two, do you know how hard it is to leave a country? Yeah. You know how hard it is to leave a country? And go to another and move to another one. Also, a lot of countries don't want us. Like at the height of the Trump administration, I started looking to see if we could move to Australia or New Zealand or even Canada. Yeah, no. It is pretty much not happening. Unless there was some way I could prove. Yeah, unless there was some way I could prove, like, oh, I've got some secret Dutch lineage. I could be a Dutch citizen or something. Unless there's some way I could prove that I could move somewhere else. Yeah, it's not happening. So yeah, I'd rather try and fix things, but through voting for the right people, through donating to the right charities. There's our target. But all these people are like, you don't like it, you could leave. They're so stupid. Such a stupid thing to say to someone. Like, yeah, the sink in my apartment broke. I'm going to move out. Canada would let you in if you were a certain type of welder. Now, if we were ever going to do it, it would probably be my wife that would get us in, because apparently other countries love teachers. Like Trevor of Starfleet 2 said that Australia is in dire need of teachers. So if we wanted to move to Australia, it would probably be because my wife would try and find trying to be certified as a teacher in Australia, my God. But I hope so too. I have no idea. They certainly don't pay them great here. But yeah, I don't think Australia needs an SEO professional / video game streamer. So, uh, so yeah, if we were ever to emigrate, it'd be on the back of my wife's teaching experience. It wouldn't be because anything I could do. Wow, you're another white guy who works in tech. We have a billion of those. Sorry. We have so many of those, we don't know what to do with them. Okay. I get that. So what are we doing? Oh, tank farm. Right. Right. We're photographing that thing. I think we just flew over another tank farm. I will tell you what, these graphics seem rudimentary to our 2013 eyes, but back in 1988, these graphics were mind-blowing, especially compared to other flight sims of the day. These graphics, like with things to fly over, like little houses and stuff, amazing. Amazing. Not a lot of sims did that back then. It was mostly barren, empty land with a couple of pyramids. Slow down a little bit more. So I always think about back to the day when I first started playing this and how blown away. I had a 16, I think it was a 16 color Tandy monitor back then. So it was lovely. F-29 was even prettier. Oh, was that the Amiga one? Or am I thinking of a different one? I've been tempted to add F-29 to the list because it's DID. So I've been tempted to add that one to the list. All right, hang on. I have to do my job here. When? Hang on. All right. Okay. All right. No, we're not. Not shooting the. Okay. All right. So we got that one. Now we have a tank farm to blow up. Yeah, it's F-29 Retaliator, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Clockmaker. I like your thing. I like your name. When did you first discover games, Clockmaker? Because I first discovered games with Hong, which blew me away when I was like 5. But yeah, I just remember when I first started playing this, how blown away I was. Because up until this point, I had just been playing Flight Simulator and like Jet and Strike Eagle and like Gunship, And F-15, the first F-15 Strike Eagle and Gunship were so rudimentary compared to this. They were so basic compared to, I mean, back in like 86, they were amazing, but like, because that's what we had. That's like all we had in 1986. But like when this came out and it had this level of detail, just mind-boggling back in 1988. Just amazing. Like, it just still amazes me how they did so much with so little. Oh, so you're probably talking about Gunship 2000. If you're talking like 1993 when Jurassic Park came out, then you're probably talking Gunship 2000. which did have a similar. I mean, it looked a little better because it came out years after, but it did have a similar look to this, and it did have an Apache. So that's my guess, is that you're talking Gunship 2000. There we go. Hello, secondary target. Or maybe LHX. Could have been LHX too, also. Good call, Spaz. Yeah, it could have been Gunship 2000 or LHX. Those are the big helicopter sims back in the early 90s. Those are the big ones. Yeah, no worries. You know, you're allowed to be foggy. You're a 5. In the before times. Oh, the way before times. Before the century. Way, way before times. Back when anyone talking about a pandemic was talking about the 1918 flu, for example. Oh, how young and naive we were back then. Hang on. Apparently, I can't take my hand off the stick. Okay. Yeah, but were they all out pandemics back then? Bird flu and swine flu, were they pandemics? I know there were problems in certain parts of the world, but were they pandemics like the 1918 flu? Did they have that kind of reach? I don't know. Did they call them pandemics back then? The bird flu? I don't remember. Did they call bird flu and swine flu pandemics? I mean, I remember them. I definitely remember them, but I don't know if they were like pandemics like COVID is. I mean, you very well may be right. I just do not recall, because here in the United States, for the most part, because we had competent leadership, bird flu and swine flu didn't become too big a thing here. There were things that happened somewhere else, and to most Americans, that may as well be another planet. Oh, there's a bird flu thing in China. See you, Fernando. Have a great weekend. But yeah, they didn't become too big here. But then our former president got rid of our pandemic response team that we had in place for decades when an actual pandemic happened. Anyway, I'm so angry about so many things. Oh God. I had no idea. I'm sorry. Morning, Julie. Okay, hang on. One Maverick will probably do the trick, I hope. Yep. Did that do it? I mean, sure did. Okay, great. And it looks like we have more than enough fuel to get back to the carrier, which is terrific. It'll be a long flight back, though. Hey, Clock, since you're new, welcome, by the way. The Restream bot is a bot that mirrors the chats of other services. The name of the person, I believe, who actually spoke is after the Restream bot. When it says Restream bot, then I think it says Luke, and then the message. So, so the Restream bot is a bot because I use Restream. I'm streaming to several services, and the nice thing is the Restream bot can mirror the chats of all the services. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see people chatting in Twitch and Facebook even and whatnot. It's really great. It's really great. But if you're not familiar with it, you might think, oh, that's the bot. That's the Restream bot. But that's not. That's the bot that cycles the different chats. So just FYI. Just FYI. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. They did not count. The last epidemic, 1968 Hong Kong flu. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Because remember when people tried to call COVID Kung flu? Uh, anyway. Yeah, Clockmaker, you don't have to hit reply. I mean, to the Restream bot, you can just say their name. I think AIDS is not as big a thing as it was because of successful medications that help keep it in check and lessen the spread. So I don't think AIDS is as big a thing as it was, thankfully. And I have heard they may have found. I heard they may have found a cure, but it's still being tested. That was like a couple of years ago. I heard that though, and then COVID happened. But I believe there are medications that can, even if you have AIDS and HIV, can help prevent its spread. I believe. So yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I think the infection, you can still get infected by it, but like it's not a death sentence like it used to be. Yeah. Which is good. My favorite podcast, The Dollop, did a multi-part episode on Ronald Reagan. And they talk so much about how he and his administration completely ignored the AIDS epidemic for years. Like, didn't even say the word, AIDS for years. Just this fucking country. Sorry. We have a long way to go before we get back to the carrier. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So, I have a question. This is going to get political for a minute. But people in other parts of the world that aren't America, are you aware of the current chaos going on in our House of Representatives right now? It's very funny. So I'm not sure how aware you are of it, but for us it's very funny. No, they haven't been able to elect a speaker. They haven't been able to elect a speaker yet. Because the Republican Party, they don't want to govern. They just want to resist. They just want to, okay. There's the Kennedy. So I should start. Trying to line up with the damn thing. Yeah, 10 or 11. They've now passed the point where it's been a century since it's taken so long to elect a Speaker of the House. Because Republicans are giant babies. And so, yeah, it's been very funny. Because the Republicans, the people on the right, for years now have shown that they don't want to govern. They don't want to actually do anything about policy. They don't want to do anything to help the country. They just want to prevent the other party from doing anything and then shove the blame onto them. And it's really hurt us as a country. Like they're the party of fuck your feelings. They're the party of anti-science. And it's just insanely frustrating. I don't know, Clock. I don't know. You'd like to think that, but apparently, from what I've read, there really isn't. From what I've read, there really isn't a rhyme or reason as to why. There really isn't a rhyme or reason as to why. It's not like they really want anything. They just don't want McCarthy as Speaker. There's really no. Wait a minute. Sorry, hang on. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, politics is a tricky subject. What do they say? Don't talk about politics or religion with people? Yeah, exactly, Spaz. They don't have policies. They don't care about governance. They don't care about actually, doing their job. They want to win, and they also want to prevent the other guys, the other side, from either winning or doing anything effective. Because if they don't do anything effective, they can say, look at these guys, they're not effective. And they're uneducated, dumbass people in their party believe them. It's just it. It just. Like, if we had people who were more into like, if socialism wasn't such a dirty word here and people associated it with communism, we might have a much better country than we do. But we are living in something of a capitalist dystopia where people would rather take the bus to the hospital than pay for an ambulance or not go to the hospital at all because they can't afford it. It's just it's infuriating is what it is. Hey, Tom. Good morning. It's morning here, so good morning. Just trying to line up with the carrier. And actually, you missed a great landing earlier, Tom, where I basically rolled off the deck of a carrier and just kind of fell into the ocean. It was a good time. It was a very good time. I am absolutely dandy on fuel. You're right for me to check, Odif. That's a good point, but I am dandy on fuel. I didn't know Arma had carriers. Honestly, I had no idea. I shouldn't be surprised, though. Arma's got a little bit of everything. Oh, wait. How did I get this high? I did not mean to get this high. I have not been paying as much attention to my altitude as I have been about the approach. That's on me. Ain't that the truth? I've played Arma. I've enjoyed what I've played of it. And I love the mod scene for it. But okay, finally. That's the problem, David. We're too strong. We're like a petulant teenager with the biggest gun in the room. We're such a young, dumb country. Anyway. Maybe from now on, I should just head straight to the carrier and then line up after I fly over it. This is taking way too long. This is taking way too long to do it this way. I think next time I'll just fly straight at the thing and then line up after I fly over it. This is taking way too long. Just trying to be clever and line up from a distance. I mean, I'm lining up with it, yeah, but wow, I could have landed by now if I just head straight for it and then fly over it and then line up. Yeah. Yeah, I took too big a circle. I'm not going to do that anymore. Trying to be Pulling Immelman. Pulling Immelman. That's great. All right. All right, let's hope I land properly this time, y'all. Hope. Let's hope. I believe it, Odif. I believe it. Harrier cosplay. Okay. Well, at least we're approaching the carrier from the right direction this time, you guys. All right. Let's start slowing it down a bit. There we go. Whew. Easy landings, Odif. Easy landings. uh. Yay! Yeah, look at that giant ass loop I did. That was dumb. I'm not doing that again. Up. Still a major. Too bad it was so quiet up there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're still sticking with the North Cape. Still Cold War. Still strike mission. We're going to up it to regular opponents this time. Sticking with easy landings for now. Okay, fine. We'll do the fucking takeoff and landing from the carrier again. Excuse my language. What do we got? Photograph a cargo ship again, and then photograph a tank farm. So all kinds of photography. Yeah, Cold War. Cold War means one, you have to not get caught. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, Cold War means you can't get caught. Two, you can't just shoot at anyone. You can only shoot at someone who has seen you or shot at you first. So yeah, but Cold War is where you get all the good points. Because in a Cold War, you get points for just being behind enemy lines. So if you really want to rank up, Cold War is the way to go. I love Cold War because it's so unlike any other sim, you know? So yeah, I love the Cold War. Okay. So we have to photograph a cargo ship before 10:55. All right. How are the radar sites looking? Oh God. Oh God, that's going to be a good time. Actually, no, it's going to be terrible. Oh, and there's a hostile force concentration on my way back to the carrier. Well, that's great. All right. Good thing I backed up my pilot. No, we do not want slick. What a piece of crap those are. I'd actually much rather have those. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right. All right, so if we stay at this speed, we'll not only get to our target early, but we'll have plenty of fuel. Hang on. Okay, so if we slow down a little more, when do we have to be there? 10:55. Okay, yeah, that gives us plenty of breathing room and plenty of fuel in case we got to do any fancy maneuvering or anything. Don't worry, I give my pilot plenty of fiber. God damn it. God, sometimes I wonder if the keyboard is a better way to fly this thing. I prefer the joystick, but man, you can't take your hand off the stick for a moment, or else you'll be like, wow, why am I going to the right? Wait, 10. What? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we still have a ways to go. Oh crap! Already. Oh god. Okay, we are gonna get detected by one of these radars. I don't know if you saw right there, but already the line. Oof. So it's not just your opponents that. It's not just your. It looks like when you go up to from green to regular opponents, it's not just the quality of the opponents you have to deal with, but quantity as well. Like there are a lot more Doppler radar sites that I have to deal with now. For example, and they're gonna get me. They're gonna hit me. I just gotta. I just gotta be quick and get in and out. That's one of the reasons I'm saving fuel right now, so I can have enough to get the hell out if I need to. I should have brought extra. Come to think of it, it's fine. 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 All right. Pretty much there's enemy territory right there. Yeah, the ramp up of opposition quality and quantity between green and regular opponents is really, really noticeable. Oh man, I'm not even near that plane, and it's already. Ugh, it's probably an AWACS, probably an IL-76. Excuse me. Yeah, that one right there. Oh boy. We have a little extra time. Let's try and give ourselves some distance from those assholes. Oh boy. Oh man. We're not even in enemy territory yet. Ugh. Jeez Louise. Sorry. Okay. All right. Yeah, that IL-76 over there has me very nervous right now. I don't think there's much else I can do to lower my radar signature. I can't fly any lower, really. Having the flaps on or off doesn't really make a difference. Oh, shit. Problem is, I can't really mess around. I can't like try and pick a wider swath. Okay. Probably see our target by now. Oh. In the wrong button. There it is. Stop mucking about. Stop it. Okay, look at that. You were right about the speed. You're right about the speed. I think that's as low as I've ever seen the bar. But that means we're moving real slow. All photography missions. Okay. Hmm. I will tell you what. Yeah, lowering the thrust really did lower the bar, lower the my detectability bar right there. I think we're holding just on the edge of a stall. Mansk. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be a good time. This is gonna be a real good time. Good to know, Oda. Thank you. So if I have to do any maneuvering, I really need to. So if I have to do any maneuvering, I got to increase throttle first, which makes sense. What you're supposed to do. Can I slow down even further? might be too. Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close to too slow. Oh, look, the bar went down even further, though. Look at that. I see what you mean about the stall bar, though. There it is. Right there. This might be too slow. Yeah, too slow. Too close to a stall. I'll tell you what, though, if you were right, I didn't realize flying slow enough would lessen your detectability. I just hadn't been flying. I hadn't been flying slow enough to make a difference. This is good to know. This is very good to know. I'll be doing this more often because this is super tense. By the way, this is what considered more conventional. Excuse me. We're almost there. Oh, there are the sub pens again. Didn't realize we'd be that close to them. But there they are. It's Adopt a Sub Day. Come on down and take a sub home. Man, I can't go to those. It's hard to go to a pet store when they're doing an adoption thing, you know? Because me, I want to take every dog and cat home. But I don't have a ranch or a farm. Did I photograph it? Wait, did I do it? There it is. Okay. Damn it. Got it. Sorry, I'm really concentrating. Hang on a second. I see it. I see it. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm constantly going up and down the throttle. What was I saying earlier about the edge of a stall? And that's literally what I'm doing. I can't really look at the chat right now. Sorry, I gotta really focus here. His idea was to do this in the daytime. Anyway. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Absolutely. I don't remember the last time I saw my detectability bar that low. Yeah, flying this slow is really the way to do it. Oh boy, what's that coming at me? Oh boy. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay for now. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. It's a shame that a game this old can't detect a joystick throttle, because this would be much easier. Didn't have to hold my hand over the keyboard like I am doing, but it's worth it because my detectability is really amazingly low right now. Hi, Jimmy. Good morning. How you doing? You are not too late. This is probably one of the most tense missions I've done because I am hovering on the edge of a stall to keep my detectability low, and it is super tense. I mean, this is going to be my last mission. I'm going to cut it after this, but no, we're still streaming. You did miss my amazingly terrible landing earlier. You did miss that. Where I tried to land on a carrier and pretty much rolled off into the ocean. That was a good time. No, I think I accidentally turned the brakes off. I think that was the problem. I think I accidentally turned the brakes off. Oh. Sorry, I'm really trying to focus here. Yeah, Odif, your comment about the speed really clicked. Like, I had tried slowing down earlier in earlier entries, and just hadn't done it enough to notice a difference. I didn't realize you had to skirt. You had to skirt stalling in order to get your signature as low as possible. What is that? And so that requires constant fiddling with the throttle. Because if you go too slow, you will stall. Oh. Yeah, I believe it. I hadn't really paid much attention to. Is there a missile coming in? Who's firing missiles at me? As far as I know, I've not been detected. Who's firing missiles at me? I don't even see what's firing missiles at me. I haven't been detected as far as I can tell. And no visual or radar sightings. What the hell's going on? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Good. What the hell was all that? Oh, that's right. There was an increased area of activity I was going to fly through. That must have been what that was. Where were those missiles coming from, though? That's my question. Where are those missiles coming from? There's still no sightings, thank goodness. Excuse me. I wasn't even detected, like, at all, and yet missiles were being shot at me. I wonder what was shooting at me. Maybe there was a gunboat or something down there I didn't notice. I don't know. I made it through, thank God. Whatever the hell that was, I made it through. I just don't know what that was. That was tense, huh? Yeah, I don't know what saw me, but something saw me and shot missiles at me. I don't know what it was, but thankfully they didn't hit me. Yeah, we are delightful. We are absolutely delightful. I think once we're about 70 clicks from the carrier, we can speed up a bit. Yep. There it is. Yeah, I am very pleased. I'm gonna knock on IKEA wood. I am very pleased as to how that went. I feel like my confidence and competency has gone up today. Okay. All right, I think we can speed up a little bit now. We are far enough away from everything else. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Timed missions, it doesn't work. But I think once you're close enough though, you can probably slow down even further to and still be on time. Like once you're much closer to the enemy. But yeah, getting there, yeah, you gotta speed up. We're gonna try using the ILS this time. The handbook says it's not super reliable with carriers. We'll find out. Okay. All right. Let's. Let's see how we do, ILS. Will it now? Okay. Forget it then. Excuse me. All right. Think we're kind of approaching from the front? Think? Sort of? Hard to tell. I do love that we have the battle group here. It's not just the carrier. It's not every ship in a carrier battle group. I don't think the computer could have handled it back then, but I do love how it's not just the carrier. It's several other ships. All right, so we are definitely approaching the carrier from the front. Right. All right, perfect. Let's get a little distance from it. And we'll swing around and land on it. See you, David. See you in a couple hours. Ready. Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Okay, there we go. Much better. How we do this? And oh, that might be one of my best scores yet. Oh, wow, that was tense, you guys. How do we do? Let's see. Yeah. Boo. Fine, whatever. Quiet time up there. Yeah, it was quiet because I was good at what I did, sir. Okay. Oof. What a day. All right, but we're not done. We have another stream in roughly 2 hours. We are going to return to the Anacrusis today. So in about 2 hours at 10 o'clock Pacific time, so a little less than 2 hours, we will be returning to the Anacrusis, which we played a little while back and really enjoyed. So very excited to return to that. But yeah, if I don't see you for the rest of the day, have a great weekend. Be safe, be well, take care of each other, get vaccinated. And as always, a special thank you to our patrons. You help keep the lights on around here. You all pay for hosting and important things like that. So thank you, patrons. Love you. And with that, we'll see you back here in 2 hours for the Anna Cruz.